Welcome to Voyager Through the Time. Today, we embark on a journey to Hanoi, the heart of Vietnam, where ancient traditions meet vibrant modern life. Join us as we explore the city's rich culture and savor its world-renowned culinary treasures. Hanoi, a city that pulses with life, a place where the past and present dance together in a vibrant symphony of culture and cuisine. As I stepped off the plane, the warm, humid air wrapped around me like a familiar blanket, and I knew I was in for an adventure. The first thing that strikes you about Hanoi is the chaos: motorbikes whizzing by, honking horns, and the smell of street food wafting through the air. It's a city that feels alive, and it beckons you to dive in head first. Now, let's talk about the food. Oh, the food! If you're a foodie like me, you're in for a treat. One of the first dishes I had to try was pho. It's not just a meal, it's an experience. Picture this: a steaming bowl of broth, fragrant with spices, topped with fresh herbs, tender slices of beef, and a generous squeeze of lime. You can find pho stalls on almost every corner, each claiming to have the best recipe. I remember sitting on those tiny plastic stools, slurping noodles and watching the world go by. It's communal, it's social, and it's downright delicious. But pho is just the beginning. Next up, I ventured into the world of banh mi. This iconic Vietnamese sandwich is a perfect marriage of French and Vietnamese influences. Imagine a crispy baguette filled with savory meats, pickled vegetables, fresh cilantro, and a drizzle of spicy sauce. It's a symphony of flavors and textures in every bite. I found a little vendor tucked away in an alley, and the lady behind the counter had been making banh mi for decades. Her hands moved with precision, assembling each sandwich like a work of art. I took a bite, and it was as if the city itself exploded in my mouth, a burst of flavors that told the story of Hanoi's rich history. Now, let's not forget about the coffee. Vietnamese coffee is like nothing you've ever tasted. It's strong, bold, and often sweetened with condensed milk. I remember sitting in a cafe overlooking Hoan Kiem Lake, sipping on an iced coffee as the sun began to set. The city transformed before my eyes, the lights twinkling like stars against the backdrop of the darkening sky. It's moments like these that make travel so special, the chance to pause, reflect, and soak it all in. As I wandered through the streets, I stumbled upon the Old Quarter, a labyrinth of narrow alleys and bustling markets. This area is the heart and soul of Hanoi, where you can find everything from handmade crafts to traditional silk garments. The energy is infectious, and I found myself getting lost in the maze of shops, each one more intriguing than the last. The vendors were friendly, eager to share their stories and their crafts. I picked up a beautiful silk scarf, the colors vibrant and rich, a tangible piece of Hanoi to take home with me. But what really captivated me were the people. The warmth and hospitality of the locals are what truly make Hanoi special. I met a woman selling fresh spring rolls at a market. She was all smiles as she demonstrated how to wrap the rice paper around the fillings. With her hands deftly working, she shared stories of her family and how she learned to cook from her grandmother. It was a beautiful reminder that food is more than just sustenance. It's a connection to our roots, our culture, and each other. As I continued my exploration, I found myself at the Temple of Literature, a serene oasis amidst the hustle and bustle. This ancient temple is dedicated to Confucius and is a symbol of Vietnam's rich educational heritage. Walking through the tranquil gardens, I couldn't help but reflect on the importance of knowledge and learning. It's a place that invites contemplation, where you can feel the weight of history and the aspirations of generations past. Then there's the street art scene. Hanoi is bursting with creativity, and the walls tell stories of social issues, history, and the vibrant spirit of the youth. I stumbled upon a mural that depicted the struggles and triumphs of the Vietnamese people. It was powerful, thought-provoking, and a reminder that art can be a voice for change. I took a moment to appreciate the talent and passion that went into creating these pieces, and I felt a deep connection to the city and its people. As the sun set, I found myself drawn to the night markets. The streets came alive with food stalls, selling everything from grilled skewers to sweet desserts. The atmosphere was electric, filled with laughter and chatter. I tried my hand at bargaining for souvenirs. And while I may not have been the best negotiator, the experience was a lesson in cultural exchange. Each interaction felt like a small victory, a connection made over a shared appreciation for art, food, and life. Hanoi is a city that invites you to explore, to engage, and to immerse yourself in its rich tapestry of culture and cuisine. It's a place where every corner holds a story, every meal is an adventure, and every interaction is a chance to connect. As I reflect on my journey, I realize that the true essence of Hanoi lies not just in its sights and flavors, but in the warmth of its people and the spirit of its culture. So, if you ever find yourself in this enchanting city, don't just scratch the surface. Dive deep into the streets, savor the food, and embrace the stories that unfold around you. Hanoi is waiting, and trust me, it's a journey you won't forget. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing journeys around the world. Until next time, keep exploring.